Two guys not related, yet somehow are given the same name. It's time for the Two Daves podcast, where we'll answer the age-old question, are two Daves better than one? And now, here's Dave and Dave.
That's right. It's the Two Daves podcast, and we're not related. Is that true, Dave?
I believe that is correct.
Given the same, how did that happen?
I don't know. Isn't that weird how we have the same first name and yet we're not related?
It's weird. It is weird. But hey, I'm Dave.
And I'm the other Dave, and this ain't tacos. Hey, Dave. Since you're not talking, I'll go ahead and talk.
Go for it.
We are, in case you haven't joined us over the last couple of weeks, we are in the middle of our season break in between season 1 and season 2. That's right. We actually completed a season, 30 full episodes. Yay.
All right.
We're really excited about that. And we're also taking a little break by just having these little mini episodes where we're bringing on listeners who are telling us a little bit about what their highlights have been over the first season. But first of all, Dave, I want to ask you, I know you asked me a couple of weeks ago. So let me ask you, what's your thoughts after we've closed this first season?
I was thankful that we were able to get so many different episodes in. There were struggles at times. You and I did our planning meetings and we're like, what are we going to talk about? And, we put a lot into that. And I really enjoyed the first 15 minutes of it. I love laughing. And so I enjoy that, time that we have together to be able to talk and just kind of laugh and have fun, and then we get serious or we continue on with our silliness. But it's been a great ride, I think. And 30 episodes, I think that's a great first season number. And we survived. We need to make some shirts that say we survived.
And we've got so far a good lineup for coming up for our second season. I think people are going to be really happy with what we have coming up. So
I do have one thing to say. You said that these are mini episodes. These are mini episodes. Usually when people say that they have mini episodes, it means they're having like a small stroke or something. So, I mean,
Well, I am. Every time I'm with you, Dave, I feel like I'm having a stroke.
Well, hey, I would encourage people to, if you've not listened to all of our episodes, there's 30 of them on there, to get on there and binge listen.
That's right. Take some time during this month, the month of September, to binge listen so that you'll be ready to go for our first season 2 episode in October.
Yeah, that's great. Well, hey, we have we've just decided over these 4 episodes, we're saying episode a lot, so might as well continue, to bring on, to highlight our listeners. And so we've had 2 great interviews so far. So we're hoping to have at least 3 out of 4 great episodes. So anyway, but this listener, we didn't bring on relatives, but this listener is like a sister to me. And, unfortunately, I don't know. I won't say anything else, but her name is Anna Conda. And no, I'm kidding. It's Jody Wiggin. Jody, thanks for coming on the Two Daves podcast.
Hi, Jody.
And just sharing some things with us.
Hi, Dave and Dave.
Now,
Jody, you and Dave have known each other probably all your life, right?
Too long. Yes, we have.
Yeah, too long. And we've known each other for the last 20 some years too. We've actually, my wife, Nita, and I were married on the very same day that you and Jim were married.
That's
the 18th of August, 1990. Yeah. Hot day.
Yes, it was.
And 2 weeks later, Dave and Charlotte were married.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's some Two Daves trivia.
Yes. And how many years have you been happily married, Jody?
31.
Dave, how many years have you been happily married?
Anyway, let's continue with this. No, 31. Come on. Tomorrow is, it's not tomorrow.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
tomorrow for you. Yeah.
For me. Yeah. For those that are listening, we're 2 weeks, 3 weeks behind. So Anyway, but hey, Jody, tell us what you do for a living, and then we'll get into some fun conversation with you.
I am a middle school special education teacher, grades 5, 6, 7, and 8.
And how long have you been doing that?
This is year 33.
Wow. And you've started back to school, and how's it going so far?
Actually, it's going really well this year.
Good.
Yep.
Good. I liked it when you wore the mask, so I didn't have to see all of your face, but now I have to see it all. So, you know.
There were some benefits to those.
There were.
Being in a middle school, there were some benefits.
That's true. Well, Dave, go ahead. Start it off, this conversation.
Well, Jody, why don't you just share with us a little bit about some of the highlights that you felt were the best highlights from the first season? What was some of your favorite things that you heard?
Well, I enjoyed many aspects of it. First of all, I like the fact that it's not all serious, but it's not all funny. There's a little bit of everything. It was a lot more serious sometimes than I thought it was going to be, and I enjoyed those. I liked listening to the counselors, learning a lot about that kind of thing, and dealing with kids and the family dynamics. It helps me to understand sometimes things that are going on in those families. So Phil Stacey was one that sticks out in my mind. It was kind of like a sermon.
Yeah,
And
wasn't that great?
It was.
It was awesome.
Oh man,
And
that's a re-listen to, definitely.
yeah, I didn't expect that from him, but
Yeah.
it was really good. And you guys always say that, this isn't like a Christian thing necessarily, Bible study, but everything always comes back to the Lord, because if you live a God-centered life and you have, that kind of perspective, it has to, because everything should revolve around our relationship with the Lord.
Yes.
So
that's good. Now, by the way, the counselor episode is episode 10, Dave, and the Phil Stacey episode is episode 12.
We actually had several counselors on, though. We had Marcia, we also had Chad, and then we had Bobby, and so I think there's been 3 counselors total.
Bobby was episode 15, and who else did we have?
Chad.
Episode 14.
Episode 14. Okay.
Yeah, so the teens had quite a bit in there, so that's pretty good.
And I'll admit, I haven't listened to all of them yet, because once school started, I kind of been a little tied up, but I will catch up.
Okay, so when do you listen to the episodes, and what app do you listen on? What do you?
Well, I listen on YouTube.
Okay.
And sometimes I listen to them on my way to work, because I have a 35-minute commute, which obviously I can't listen to the whole thing, but to work and home from work, I get in a full episode. Sometimes I listen to them at night before I go to bed. Sometimes just like on a weekend, if I'm bored, I'll listen to them. So really no set time.
That's good. Well, we appreciate you listening. I mean,
absolutely.
We don't even pay you to listen to it, and you still do. So that's great.
Another thing I like is the chemistry between the two of you. It's just funny. You have a great relationship.
We've been working on that for a few years now.
You're very much alike, but very different. And so it's just fun.
Interesting. Okay.
We've noticed that. We thought we were more alike, I think. And we're realizing now that, we have a lot of commonalities, but we are different.
Especially Dave. He's very different.
Well,
yes.
You said it, not me.
Well, not this time.
Now, Jody, have you tried to get Jim to listen to a podcast at all?
No, I learned a long time. He does what he wants to do. He wants to do it.
Do you think Jim has listened to? Jim is Jody's husband, avid outdoorsman, man, great fisherman. You think he's listened to one?
Only
I'm
when
too
he's
scared to ask.
Only when he's been in the same room while I'm listening, as far as I know. But
Did you just look over at him?
Yes. Well, in the direction, I can't see him.
Oh,
okay.
I can hear him though.
Hey, I'm looking in your background there, and I'm not seeing an Apple plaque that you had on your wall earlier.
Hmm.
What's happened to that?
Maybe it's not at my house.
Oh, great. Dave, what you don't know is
Why?
Jim and I have this, and really now it's just all four of us have this thing with an apple. One year I got him a fake apple for Christmas. And it's just now we have like 4 or 5 different apples that we pass back and forth, and we try to hide them in each other's homes, and it's been fun that way. So
Okay. An Apple computer?
no Apple computer.
Oh, okay.
Not for
That's
me,
what
at
you-
least.
That's what you call not being a good steward of God's money.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Jody, is there anything that you have in your mind that you'd like to hear us talk about in the next season?
Oh my. I always enjoy the interviews, but a particular person or topic, no, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay.
Do you like listening to the first part of it where we try to be funny? And I'm emphasizing the word try.
Yes, I do. And sometimes you are successful.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Are
I
you sure
know.
that you weren't listening to somebody else's podcast?
You guys are really the only podcast I listen to.
Really?
Wow.
Well, I'm honored. I don't know about the other Dave, but I'm honored.
Jody's in our category of 60 to 70-year-olds. So we really, she's not. She's just a year older than me. That's all.
That funny was unsuccessful, Dave. Sorry.
I was in your guys' town back in May, and I just kind of, my jaw dropped at how merciless these two are to each other.
Oh boy.
They treat each other like brother and sister. Definitely.
It has gotten, I mean, I'm her pastor.
Yeah, that's scary.
Terrible example that way.
Well,
How bad is it now when I come over, you don't even let me pray?
Well, no, because you get a little sacrilegious.
Not Dave, certainly not. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, that's what I do, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's fun. So you've liked the interviews, and do you like it when just Dave and Dave converse with one another?
Sure.
How about what was your thought about the topics on hatred, canceling culture? We kind of went beyond our comfort zone, I guess you could say, to talk about that. Well, how did you feel about that? Did you listen to those? Maybe you haven't listened to those yet.
I did listen to the one on canceling culture, but I haven't finished. I started the one on hatred and I haven't finished that one yet.
You're not
Yeah.
too far behind.
No, you're doing really well, because I think I was reading somewhere that people, avid listeners, are at about 70% of the podcast. So that's pretty good.
But I don't think I've gone in order, because when I go to YouTube to try to find them, they're not in order.
Oh, okay.
So I struggle kind of that way.
Oh. Well, guess what? We struggle too, because we don't always air them in order. And you can tell that when you're listening.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's probably why.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a logical, sequential person.
Have you told anybody else about the 2 Days podcast, or
I
you just kind of
have.
keep it to yourself?
No, I've told a few.
Okay.
That's
Friends or
kind of
enemies?
Well, they were friends. Not sure about now.
That's funny. That's funny. Have you ever wanted to do a podcast, Jody?
Okay, you just cut out. Sorry.
Have you ever wanted to do a podcast? Can you hear me?
Like this, or have my own?
Have your own.
Your own?
Oh no.
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 I think you would be great at it, because especially if you're talking to one with like teachers and all that kind of stuff, there'd be some good stuff. I mean, you had many years of experience, and it's incredible what you teachers go through. So have we had teachers on, Dave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had your nephew, your cousin.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Any other teachers?
I don't think so.
No.
Now, if there are some other teachers who have come on and you're listening right now and you go, oh, they forgot all about me. I am sorry, but I'm getting old and it's late at night.
We are the forgotten profession.
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
Someone that's done that. Well, hey, you have any other comments, Jody, about, any criticism that maybe we could improve? What can you think of anything? And don't say get rid of me, because that's not an option. So
no, but I will say at the beginning, I think you said they were going to be around 45 minutes. I don't think you've ever had one that was 45 minutes.
No, we shoot for an hour, a little over an hour. Did he say 45 minutes the first week?
I thought so, but I kind of laughed because it's kind of like him saying he's going to have a short sermon. That's an oxymoron.
It is. Now, when we were outside the other night, it wasn't too bad, was it?
No,
25 minutes. Yeah. All right. Well, I tried to cut it down to 45 minutes, but Dave just keeps on talking and talking and talking.
I think you guys should keep it up.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
Honestly, there's a lot of people that we want to thank.
Yeah.
Because this first season we couldn't do it. Dave and I are too old and dumb to figure out podcasting. So we want to thank, we have some incredible young men in our lives. My son-in-law, Marcus Hooper, who does our announcing, also gave us some great advice. Both of Dave's sons, Clay Martin and Lane Martin, have helped us with social media, and Lane has done some editing and has also done our graphic design. Andrew Adams did some editing for us until he got married. And, for some reason, I don't know, his wife takes precedence over the podcast. I don't know why he can't take a chapter out of our book, and say podcast before our wives. But anyway,
that's right.
Thank you, Andrew, for the work that you've done. And thank you to all of our listeners for helping make season 1 great. And hang in there. Season 2 is going to be even better.
We promise. New and improved, I think, probably.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what we didn't say, Dave? We didn't say at the beginning, this ain't tacos, did we?
I said it.
Well, I'm saying it again. See, I do that at times. I repeat what Dave has said.
You do.
And, but, it wouldn't be 2 days without that.
It wouldn't be 2 days without that.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Jody, for coming on tonight. I appreciate you, staying up past your bedtime. And it's been a fun journey, Dave. I look forward to more.
Yeah. Greet Jim for us.
I will.
Awesome. Well, hey, never forget that 2 days are always better than one. See you next time.
Bye.